When he becomes Minister of Finance, and there's a financial crisis, by the way. When he became Finance Minister, there was a financial crisis. When there's a financial crisis and you have a good policy, even if you have a good policy, you cannot control corruption at all the lower levels. You understand? But Yusuf alayhi salam understands not just the top level, he understands every level. And because of him, millions of people didn't starve to death, because Allah was training him for something huge with every single difficulty. Every single difficulty was getting him ready for that job. If he didn't do this, and he became directly the minister, he wouldn't know anything about that job. He wouldn't know. What are we learning about our difficulties? Maybe Allah puts you through difficulty, but through your difficulty, Allah may bring ease to millions of people. How do you know? Maybe your difficulty will teach you something that will save 10 generations of your children. Maybe for 1,000 years there's going to be khayr because you went through a difficulty. How do you know that your difficulty is unfair? Every difficulty is a chance to rise above. Stop living in victim mentality. Stop celebrating victim status. That's not to say you're not a victim. You may well be a victim. But Allah wants you to get above that status. Last thought on this as your break comes, because I want to close this topic. You know who sees himself as a victim? Iblis. It's not fair what Allah did. I didn't deserve it. I didn't deserve it. I was better. I don't know why this guy got chosen. And now I'm supposed to be the cursed one? This isn't right. Allah didn't do me right. Meri qadri kharab, meri kismati kharab thi. Whose thought process is this? Iblis. So as I leave you now, I'm going to ask you a question. How many people love the story of Yusuf alayhi salam? I'm going to call you out. I know why you love the story of Yusuf. You know why you love it? Let me pretend to be you. I love the story of Yusuf. Because he went through so many difficulties, and so many people were jealous of him. I relate to that so much. Because I've gone through so many difficulties, and everybody's jealous of me. And so it's so much relatable. You know, I'm so inspired by Yusuf alayhi salam because I'm just like him in so many ways. I love that about you. You know what that's called? They call it main character syndrome. That's what they call it. Okay? So why do you love the story of Yusuf? Because you relate to Yusuf, and because you relate to Yusuf, because you're the Yusuf of your life. Everybody else is just you. Everybody in my life is the brother of Yusuf. Everybody in my in-laws is the minister in his family. Everybody wants to come after me. I'm the victim in my story. I'm the hero in my story. That's why I love the story of Yusuf. It's so relatable. Let me tell you something real. I love the story of Yusuf alayhi salam, and I find it amazingly relatable. But you know who I relate to personally? His brothers. Some of you are like, take a 5-minute break and I'll explain to you why I relate to the brothers of Yusuf.